What if the reason you feel unmotivated is not because you are lazy, broken, or lost, but because your soul is tired of chasing the wrong things? As a new year unfolds, many people search for motivation by pushing harder, demanding more from themselves, and setting heavier expectations. But Buddhism teaches something radically different. True motivation does not come from pressure, it comes from clarity, presence, and inner alignment. This is not a video about forcing yourself to do more. It is about learning how to live with intention again, about reconnecting with what quietly gives you energy, meaning, and direction. These are 10 powerful Buddhist habits to help you rediscover motivation in 2026, not by becoming someone new, but by returning to who you already are. Listen gently. Let these words meet you where you are, and allow this to be a calm beginning. Habit 1. Stop waiting to feel motivated. Begin with awareness. One of the greatest misunderstandings about motivation is the belief that it must arrive before action. We tell ourselves, "When I feel inspired, I will begin." But Buddhism gently reveals a deeper truth. Motivation is not the starting point, it is the result. In Buddhist practice, awareness always comes first. Instead of asking, "Why am I unmotivated?" try asking, "What am I experiencing right now?" Fatigue, restlessness, boredom, fear. These states are not enemies, they are messengers. When you resist how you feel, motivation drains even faster. But when you observe your inner state without judgment, something subtle shifts. You stop wasting energy fighting yourself, and that saved energy becomes the seed of movement. The Buddha taught mindful observation, not to change the moment, but to understand it. Sit with yourself for a moment each day and notice, how does my body feel? What emotions are present? Where is my energy low, and why? You are not required to fix anything immediately. Awareness itself is already a form of action. Motivation often disappears when life feels overwhelming. The mind looks at everything at once and shuts down. But awareness brings you back to what is manageable. This breath, this moment, this single step. Instead of planning your entire future, try this Buddhist habit. Ask only, what is one small, kind action I can take right now? Wash one cup, write one sentence, take one mindful breath, step outside for 1 minute. Small actions done with awareness restore trust in yourself, and trust is the foundation of motivation. In Buddhism, effort is described as right effort, not forced, not aggressive, not self-punishing. Right effort respects your limits while gently inviting growth. You do not need to feel motivated to begin. You only need to be present enough to take one honest step. When awareness leads, motivation follows naturally, quietly, steadily, without pressure, and that kind of motivation lasts. Habit 2. Release comparison. Your path does not need to look like anyone else's. One of the greatest thieves of motivation in modern life is comparison. You scroll, You watch, you observe others moving faster, achieving more, appearing more certain, and slowly, without realizing it, your own path begins to feel inadequate, heavy, behind. Buddhism teaches that comparison is a form of suffering created by the mind, not because others are ahead, but because you have momentarily abandoned your own lane. The Buddha never taught a single timeline for awakening, success, or purpose. Each life unfolds according to its own causes and conditions. Your energy, your struggles, your history, and your inner work are entirely unique. When you compare yourself to others, you are measuring your inner journey against their outer presentation, and that measurement will never be fair. Motivation weakens when your efforts feel invisible, even to yourself. So this habit begins with a gentle return. Return to your own life. Return to your own pace. Return to your own reasons. Ask yourself, what matters to me now? Not 5 years ago, not to society, not to my family, but to me. What kind of effort feels meaningful, not performative? What kind of progress would feel peaceful? In Buddhism, there is deep respect for right timing. Some seasons are for building, some are for resting, some are for unlearning. None of these are wasted. A tree does not compare its growth to another tree. It simply grows according to the light and soil it receives. You are allowed to move slowly. You are allowed to change direction. You are allowed to redefine success. Motivation returns when you stop trying to prove your worth and start honoring your reality. Here is a simple practice. Each morning, before consuming the world's expectations, place a hand on your chest and silently say, "Today, I walk my own path." Notice how your nervous system softens. Notice how pressure loosens its grip. When comparison fades, energy returns. When judgment dissolves, clarity emerges. And when you stop measuring yourself against others, your motivation becomes sincere instead of strained. You do not need to catch up. You do not need to compete. You only need to continue gently, honestly, in your own direction. Habit 3. Simplify your life. Motivation grows in quiet spaces. One reason motivation feels scarce is because modern life is overwhelmingly loud. Too many options, too many demands, too many unfinished thoughts competing for your attention. Buddhism teaches that clarity does not arise from adding more. It arises from removing what is unnecessary. When your life is cluttered, your energy leaks. This clutter is not only physical, it is mental, emotional, and digital. Endless notifications, unspoken obligations, goals you no longer believe in but still carry out of habit. Motivation thrives in simplicity. The Buddha lived simply not because he lacked ambition, but because he understood something profound. When your life becomes quieter, your inner voice becomes audible again. Ask yourself gently, what am I doing out of obligation rather than alignment? What commitments drain me without giving meaning? What distractions keep me busy but unfulfilled? Simplifying does not mean withdrawing from life. It means choosing intentionally. Start small, clear one surface, cancel one unnecessary commitment. Create one moment of silence each day. As space opens, motivation returns, not as urgency, but as clarity. When you are no longer overwhelmed, you can feel what truly matters again. In Buddhist practice, simplicity is an act of compassion toward the mind. A calm mind does not need to be pushed. It naturally moves toward what feels meaningful. Let 2026 be the year you stop crowding your life and start listening to it. Habit 4. Reconnect with purpose through service, not achievement. Many people lose motivation because they are chasing goals that only serve the ego. Status, validation, recognition. When these goals fail to satisfy, energy collapses. Buddhism offers a different source of motivation. Service, not self-sacrifice, not burnout, but meaningful contribution. When your actions benefit others, even in small ways, motivation becomes steady and grounded. You stop asking, "What will I get?" and begin asking, "What can I give today?" This shift changes everything. Purpose does not have to be grand, it can be simple. Listening fully to someone, doing your work with care, offering patience instead of irritation. The Buddha taught that right action creates inner harmony. When your actions align with compassion, motivation no longer depends on mood. Ask yourself, who benefits from what I do? How does my presence affect others? What kind of energy do I leave behind? Motivation rooted in service is resilient. It does not collapse when results are slow or praise is absent. You do not need to change the world. You only need to be a calming presence within it. When your actions come from care rather than ambition, motivation becomes natural and sustainable. Habit 5. Create a daily ritual that anchors you in meaning. Motivation does not survive chaos. It needs rhythm. In Buddhism, daily practice is not about discipline, it is about remembrance. Remembering what matters. Remembering who you are beneath the noise. A daily ritual grounds your energy. This ritual does not need to be long or elaborate. What matters is consistency and intention. It could be 5 minutes of mindful breathing, reading a single paragraph of wisdom, drinking tea in silence, walking without your phone. This ritual becomes a refuge, a place where you return to yourself each day. Without ritual, motivation becomes dependent on external stimulation. With ritual, motivation becomes internal and steady. The Buddha emphasized daily practice because transformation happens gradually, not through bursts of effort, but through gentle repetition. Your ritual reminds you, I am not lost, I am present, I am moving, even slowly. Over time, this daily anchoring builds self-trust, and self-trust fuels motivation more powerfully than pressure ever could. Choose one practice, protect it, let it be small, peaceful, and yours. Habit 6. Accept low-energy days without self-judgment. One of the quiet reasons motivation fades is not because you lack discipline, but because you are constantly at war with your own energy. You wake up tired, unfocused, or emotionally heavy. And instead of listening, you criticize yourself. You label the day as a failure before it has even begun. Buddhism teaches a gentler truth. Low energy days are not obstacles on the path. They are part of the path. Everything in nature moves in cycles. The moon waxes and wanes. The ocean rises and falls. Even the breath flows in and out. Yet many of us expect ourselves to be endlessly productive, endlessly motivated, endlessly strong. This expectation is not wisdom, it is resistance. The Buddha taught acceptance of reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. When energy is low, that is simply the truth of the moment. Suffering begins when we add judgment to that truth. Notice the inner voice that appears on difficult days. You're wasting time. You should be doing more. Others can handle this. Why can't you? This voice does not create motivation, it creates exhaustion. Acceptance does not mean doing nothing, it means adjusting your effort to match the day. On high energy days, you move forward with clarity. On low energy days, you conserve, restore, and soften. Both are acts of wisdom. In Buddhism, there is the concept of the middle way, a path between extremes, not forcing, not collapsing, just responding skillfully. When energy is low, the middle way might look like doing one small task instead of 10, or resting fully instead of pretending to work while resenting yourself. Ask yourself gently, what does my body need today? What is realistic, not ideal? What is the kindest next step? Low energy days are often invitations to listen, to slow down, to notice emotions that have been ignored, to heal rather than push. Many people lose motivation not because they rest too much, but because they never rest without guilt. Rest taken with awareness is not laziness. It is maintenance. It is preparation. It is respect. The Buddha did not teach constant striving. He taught balance. He taught compassion toward the body and mind. When you meet yourself with patience instead of punishment, motivation slowly rebuilds from the inside. Here is a simple practice for difficult days. Place a hand on your chest. Take one slow breath and silently say, "This too belongs." Belonging does not mean liking how you feel. It means allowing it without adding shame. When you stop fighting the moment, energy stops leaking. In 2026, let your motivation be flexible, not rigid. Let it rise when it can and rest when it must. You are not behind because you are tired. You are human. And when you treat yourself with the same compassion you offer others, motivation no longer feels like something you have to chase. It becomes something that returns naturally, quietly in its own time. Habit 7. Align your actions with your values. Motivation follows meaning. Motivation weakens when your daily actions drift away from what your heart truly values. You may stay busy, productive, and outwardly functional, yet feel strangely empty or resistant inside. Buddhism teaches that this inner resistance is not a flaw, it is wisdom trying to redirect you. When your actions conflict with your values, energy fades. The Buddha emphasized right intention, the inner alignment behind every action. Without clear intention, effort becomes draining. With intention, even simple actions feel meaningful. Ask yourself honestly, what do I care about at this stage of my life? What qualities do I want to live by? Kindness, honesty, calm, contribution, freedom. Where am I acting out of habit rather than truth? Many people feel unmotivated not because they lack discipline, but because they are investing energy into paths that no longer reflect who they are becoming. Your motivation is not broken. It is asking for realignment. This habit invites you to gently examine your life without judgment. Notice which activities give you a quiet sense of rightness and which leave you feeling tense or depleted. The body often knows before the mind does. In Buddhism, ethical living is not about rules, it is about harmony. When your choices align with your values, the mind settles. When the mind settles, motivation flows naturally. You do not need to overhaul your entire life. Begin with small adjustments. Speak more honestly in one conversation. Say no where resentment has grown. Dedicate time to what nourishes your spirit, even if it feels modest. Motivation rooted in values does not depend on praise or results. It endures because it feels true. Try this reflection. At the end of the day, ask yourself, did I act in a way that respects who I am? If the answer is yes, even a difficult day becomes meaningful. In 2026, let your motivation come from integrity rather than pressure. When you live in alignment, effort feels lighter, direction becomes clearer, and your energy stops being scattered. You are not here to do more. You are here to live truthfully, and truth has a quiet, steady power that never runs out. Habit 8. Make friendship with discipline. Gentle consistency creates freedom. Many people struggle with motivation because they associate discipline with punishment, with force, with harsh self-control. Buddhism offers a softer understanding. Discipline is not about controlling yourself, it is about caring for yourself. In Buddhist practice, discipline exists to reduce suffering, not create it. True discipline is gentle consistency. It is choosing to show up, even imperfectly, because you understand the value of continuity. Motivation fluctuates. Discipline remains not rigid, but reliable. Think of discipline not as a demand, but as a container, a structure that holds you when enthusiasm fades. When you rely only on motivation, progress becomes unstable. Some days you move forward, other days you stop completely. But when discipline is rooted in compassion, you continue, slowly, peacefully, without drama. The Buddha taught daily practice not because people always felt inspired, but because consistency transforms the mind over time. This does not mean doing a lot. It means doing a little regularly. One page instead of a chapter, one stretch instead of a workout, one mindful breath instead of a full meditation. Discipline becomes sustainable when it is small enough to honor your humanity. Ask yourself, what is one practice I can commit to even on difficult days? What would consistency look like without self-punishment? Discipline supported by kindness builds self-trust. And self-trust is the strongest source of motivation there is. Each time you keep a small promise to yourself, you reinforce the belief, I can rely on myself. That belief fuels momentum far more effectively than sudden bursts of inspiration. In Buddhism, effort is balanced with compassion. When you fall away from practice, you simply return without guilt. There is no failure. There is only returning. In 2026, let discipline be your quiet ally. Let it support you, not control you. When discipline becomes an act of care, motivation no longer feels fragile. It becomes steady, it becomes grounded, and it carries you forward, one gentle step at a time. Habit 9. Practice non-attachment to outcomes. Focus on the path, not the result. One of the most overlooked reasons motivation fades is attachment to outcomes. You begin a goal with hope and clarity, but over time your energy becomes tangled in expectations. How fast should this work? What if I fail? What if it's not worth it? Slowly, the joy of effort disappears, replaced by pressure and fear. Buddhism teaches that this suffering does not come from effort itself. It comes from attachment to results. The Buddha spoke often about non-attachment, not as indifference, but as freedom. Non-attachment does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop letting the future decide whether the present is worth living. When your motivation depends on outcomes, it becomes fragile. Progress feels good only when it meets expectations. Setbacks feel unbearable, and the mind constantly jumps ahead, measuring, judging, calculating. This mental restlessness drains energy faster than any physical task. Buddhist wisdom offers a quieter approach. Place your attention on the quality of your effort, not the promise of reward. Ask yourself, can I take this step with care, even if I don't know where it leads? Can I show up today without demanding that today prove anything? Can the act itself be enough? In Buddhism, this is known as right effort without craving. You act because the action is wholesome, meaningful, or aligned, not because you are guaranteed a specific outcome. Think of planting a seed. You prepare the soil. You water it. You give it sunlight. But you do not pull on the seed to make it grow faster. Growth happens in its own time. Your role is to tend, not to control. Motivation stabilizes when you stop asking, will this work? And start asking, is this the right thing to do today? Attachment to outcomes often hides a deeper fear, fear of wasted effort, fear of disappointment, fear of meaninglessness. But Buddhism gently reminds us that no sincere effort is wasted. Every step shapes the mind. Every attempt refines awareness. Every moment of presence matters. Even when results are invisible, inner transformation is taking place. When you practice without attachment, something subtle changes. You feel lighter, less anxious, more willing to continue. You stop negotiating with the future and return to the present task. This does not mean you abandon goals, it means you hold them softly. Here is a simple practice. Before beginning any task, silently say, I will do my best, and let go of the rest. Notice how this softens your body. Notice how resistance eases. When outcomes no longer dominate your attention, motivation becomes intrinsic. You are no longer chasing validation, success, or certainty. You are engaged in the act of living with intention. The Buddha taught that peace arises when desire loosens its grip. Motivation rooted in peace is sustainable. It does not burn hot and fade quickly. It glows steadily. In 2026, allow yourself to work without constant self-evaluation. Let progress unfold naturally. Some days you will see results, some days you will not. Both days are part of the path. When you stop tying your worth to outcomes, effort becomes freer. When effort becomes freer, motivation returns. And when motivation is no longer enslaved to results, you discover something deeper than success. You discover contentment in the journey itself. You are not here only to arrive. You are here to walk, and every mindful step is already enough. Habit 10. Remember impermanence. Let the finite nature of life awaken your motivation. The most enduring and powerful source of motivation is not ambition, pressure, or fear of failure. It is remembrance. In Buddhist wisdom, there is a practice that gently yet profoundly reshapes how a person lives. Remembering impermanence. This is not a dark or pessimistic reflection. It is not meant to create anxiety or urgency rooted in fear. Instead, it is an awakening, a quiet realization that everything we experience is temporary and therefore deeply precious. This moment will pass. This year will pass. This version of you will pass. When this truth is ignored, life begins to feel dull and repetitive. Days blur into each other. Motivation fades because time feels endless, and what is endless rarely feels valuable. But when impermanence is remembered, even ordinary moments regain their weight and color. Life becomes vivid again. The Buddha taught that awareness of impermanence brings the mind fully into the present moment, not into worry about tomorrow, not into regret about yesterday, but into the living reality of now. Many people struggle with motivation because they unconsciously believe they have unlimited time. They delay meaningful actions. They postpone healing. They tolerate situations that quietly drain them. They wait for the right moment to begin living more honestly. Impermanence gently interrupts this illusion and whispers, "This is the moment." Not to rush you, not to pressure you, but to wake you. When you truly understand that nothing is guaranteed, not health, not opportunity, not relationships, you stop spending energy on what does not matter. Motivation naturally shifts away from distraction and toward intention, toward what feels real, nourishing, and aligned. Ask yourself, without fear, if I truly accepted that this year will never return, how would I live differently? What conversations would I stop avoiding? What dreams would I stop postponing? What habits would I gently release? Impermanence does not remove joy, it deepens it. A shared meal becomes more meaningful. A quiet walk feels sacred. A simple effort carries dignity. When you remember that life is finite, motivation no longer needs to be dramatic or forceful. It becomes sincere. It becomes rooted in appreciation rather than pressure. Buddhism teaches that much of our suffering comes from clinging, trying to hold life still. We cling to identities, plans, expectations, and past versions of ourselves. But clinging consumes enormous energy. Acceptance restores it. When you accept that change is inevitable, you stop exhausting yourself trying to preserve everything. You begin participating in life as it unfolds rather than resisting it. Impermanence also softens self-judgment. You stop saying, "I should have done more by now," and begin saying, "I am here now. What matters in this moment?" Motivation becomes less about catching up and more about showing up. Here is a gentle reflection inspired by Buddhist practice. One day, this life will end. Given that truth, how do I wish to live today? Notice how this question simplifies your priorities. Notice how distractions lose their grip. Notice how clarity quietly arises. Impermanence does not motivate through fear of death. It motivates through love for life, love for this fleeting chance to act with kindness, love for the opportunity to live with awareness while you can. You do not become motivated because time is running out. You become motivated because time is meaningful. In 2026, allow impermanence to guide your energy gently. Let it remind you that even unremarkable days are irreplaceable. Let it encourage you to bring presence into your actions, sincerity into your words, and care into your choices. Do not wait to feel completely ready. Do not wait for perfect confidence. Do not wait for certainty. Life does not offer guarantees, only invitations. Each breath is an invitation. Each day is an invitation. Each moment is an opening. When you remember impermanence, procrastination loosens its hold. Regret softens. Motivation clarifies. You stop living on autopilot and begin living deliberately, even in small ways. You realize, this moment is enough to begin. This breath is enough to continue. This imperfect effort is enough. The Buddha taught that awakening does not happen all at once. It happens through awareness, repeated gently over time. Remembering impermanence is one of the most powerful forms of that awareness. One day, you will look back not at how much you achieved, but at how consciously you lived, at how present you were, at how deeply you cared. When you live with this remembrance, motivation no longer feels like something you must chase or force. It becomes a quiet companion, steady, sincere, and grounded, walking beside you as you choose again and again to be fully here while you can. That is the deepest motivation of all. As we come to the end of this reflection, remember this: motivation is not something you must force into existence. It grows naturally when you live with awareness, compassion, and truth. Carry these habits gently into your days. Return to them when you feel lost, tired, or uncertain. Every mindful step counts. If this wisdom brought you calm, clarity, or encouragement, consider subscribing to Mindfulness. Your presence here helps us share peaceful teachings and Buddhist wisdom with others seeking balance and meaning. Thank you for listening. May you be steady. May you be present. May you walk into 2026 with quiet strength and peace.